All right, number 6. 3 apples, 2 bananas cost $2. 4 apples, 4 bananas cost $3. What is the cost of 1 apple? We need to set up the equations here. How many variables do we have?
2.
2. What are we going to make our variables? A and B makes sense, right? Apples, A, B, bananas. So our first equation is going to be
3A plus 2B.
number 6. 3A plus 2B is equal to $2, and 4A plus 4 bananas equals $3. Everybody okay with setting up those equations? All right, how are we going to solve this?
Move the B to the other side.
Multiply by -2.
Multiply the top equation by -2. All right, so what will that give us? I'm going to rewrite that after I multiply down here. -6A minus 4B is equal to a -$4. And then if we combine these two equations, what happens to our bananas?
Wait, why'd you multiply by -2?
What happens to our bananas now?
They're gone.
If you zero, if you get rid of one of the variables,
4B minus 4B,
0.
the bananas get eliminated.
Oh, it's elimination.
So -2A is equal to a -1. Divided by -2. So an apple is $2, 50 cents.
On the second equation, I just solved for B, and then plugged it into the
Sure, you did substitution. You did a lot more work. Sure. Did you get 50 cents?
So I did it wrong.
You did something wrong, some math wrong, yes. Any other questions on number 6?
Could you have just like subtracted, like moved the B to the other side and then
And
solve
which equation? Both of them?
Both.
And then what?
And find an answer. Like just work your way through.
You have to combine the two equations some way, or else you cannot find an answer.
Oh, okay.
Did you find an answer?
No,
Yeah,
I'm not.
there's 2 variables, so you gotta have 2 equations. So you gotta end up using both equations somehow, or else you can't find an answer. This is elimination. We could have done substitution. He said, solve one of the equations for B, get the B by itself, and then plug that value in the other equation.
Or when you put 0 in for one of the.
No. No. Can't be putting 0 in.
You can't do that.
No.
Okay.
No. How about another way? Look at number 3 on the review.
We could think of it.
Could we have done the matrix?
Yeah. Yes.
We just started with a 2 by 2, right? And then a 2 by 1. Okay, number 7. All right, identify the correct graph for the solution to that system of inequalities. All right, notice the lines are all the same. It's just the shading that's different, right? We need to figure out which equation is which line. So the first equation, is that the positive slope or the negative slope?
Negative.
It's the negative slope, right? So, in the first equation, it's greater than. When you see greater than, what do you think, above or below? Above, right? So, can we eliminate some graphs now? Think of the negative slope line. Which ones are shaded above?
A.
A,
B.
B,
C.
negative slope. It's shaded below that, isn't it?
Okay.
So it's not C, and it's not D. So we can eliminate C and D, so all we got left is A and B. Look at the other line. We know that's the positive slope. Less than. Above or below? Below. So which one is shaded below the positive slope line? It'd have to be B. So B is our answer.
7.
Any questions on number 7? Okay, number 8. Alright, so they give us an equation, an absolute value equation. In general, what's this graph going to look like? A V, right?
Yeah.
A V. Which way is the V going to be opening? Up or down?
Down.
Down. How do you know that?
Those are
Because
negatives.
it's negative.
Because they threw the negative in the front, right? Actually, let's go ahead and do D first. Describe the transformations, right? What's the negative going to do?
Down.
Flip it.
Yeah. It was-
Reflect across the x.
There we go. What's the plus 5 with the x gonna do?
Up front.
Go on, right 5.
Oh, left.
Left.
Left 5. Remember, if you're adding or subtracting with the x, it's gonna move it in the x direction. It's just gonna move it in the opposite way you would think. Now, what's the plus 8 at the end gonna do? Up 8. Left 5. Up 8. Questions on the transformations? Okay, so where's my vertex going to be then? What's my vertex going to be?
And it's
Okay, it's a lot easier than that. The V moved left 5 and up 8. Where's the vertex going to be? What point?
5.
Negative 5 and 8.
Negative 5, 8. Everybody okay with that? Yeah. Questions on the vertex? Okay, cool. What's my domain gonna be? This is a V opening down, right? What's my domain gonna be?
Negative 5 and 6. It'd be 2 times.
How far left and how far right does the graph go? Negative infinity to positive infinity. Remember, the infinities always get the parentheses, the open brackets. What's my range? How high, how low does this thing go?
Negative 3 to 8.
Negative infinity to 8, including 8. So make sure that 8 gets the closed bracket. Yes, sir.
What's the name of the thing where, you know, it's like two spaces inside of the vertex? I forgot the name of that point.
I think you're thinking of a focus
The focus, okay.
on parabolas.
Okay, yeah, some reason.
Okay. Any other questions on number 8? Okay, number 9. All right, so it said it wants to know what the zeros are. So we just replace the y with 0. Now what?
You have to distribute the 6x.
6x.
You could, and then we'd have to factor it again to get what we have here.
Oh,
What happens if I do this? Will this help? Okay, this has some value, right? I don't know what it is, 'cause I don't know what x is yet. This here has some value, right? I'm multiplying two values together, two numbers together, and I get 0 for an answer. How's that possible?
one of them is 0.
One of them's got to be 0, either the first value or the second value. And then solve. X equals 0. X equals 0 or 1.
Wouldn't that, the way you wrote it, mean x equals 0
And 1. You plug in either one of those values in there, you end up getting 0.
Oh, okay.
Any questions on number 9? Okay, number 10. Number 10 is a piecewise function. And they want us to find f of -1. What do we do?
Plug in -1 for x.
Plug in -1 for the x, right?
Yeah.
Which one?
Second one.
The second one. Why the second one?
Oh, because 1 is bigger than -1. That's what it must be.
The other one.
Yeah.
But it works for both.
Because -1 is, look, we use this equation for all x's greater than or equal to 1.
Oh, but you put it into the.
We use this equation for all x's less than 1.
Okay.
Our x has a value of -1.
I thought you were supposed to plug it in and solve it.
That's a different one. That's different. That's the X.
-1 is less than 1, so I'm going to plug it in this equation. So if we plug it in here, we'll get -4.
Yes.
This one. Jump it like that.
Yeah.
Any questions on that one? Make sure you plug it in the right part of the piecewise function. Okay. Can we stop the camera?